Hello everybody, I'm the Nerdy Guy, and I have a bit of a cold, which you can probably hear when I'm talking, because my throat is all messed up. Now, I was going to make a video today about cursing in Swedish, but I'm gonna skip that. I'm gonna postpone it for Friday, because I want it to be good, and currently when you're sick, you're not gonna record good videos. In fact, I had to re-record this entire video. This is my second attempt, because I kept stumbling upon words. I was just generally messing up. Now, I was actually supposed to start working on the cursing video like a few days ago, so it should be ready, but it was supposed to be ready by now. But I didn't, because I'm lazy, so I'm sorry. My bad, but I promise you'll get the video on Friday. But the video we're gonna make instead today, we're gonna talk about the problem that pretty much every second movie in a trilogy has. Now, I recently watched The Hobbit. I watched it this Saturday, and it was a good movie. I liked it. People are complaining that it doesn't follow the book. I don't care, it's still a good movie. Sure, the book might be better, I don't give a shit. But it has one problem that pretty much every second movie in a trilogy has. Now, this is going to be kind of a spoiler alert, because I'm not going to talk about specific parts about the ending. I'm not going to talk about what happens in the ending, but I am going to talk about the type of ending it has, if that makes any sense. Now, the problem that pretty much every movie... Man, it's really hard to make a video when you have a cold. Seriously. The problem I have with the movie is that it doesn't resolve all its issues. It keeps a huge part of the story unchecked until the last movie. And there's several examples of this, since I'm not going to talk about the ending of The Hobbit, since it's just recently out. A lot of people haven't seen it. But let's take Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest. Now, a lot of people say that movie sucks. I disagree. I think I wouldn't say it's perfect or, really great, but it's kind of good. It's okay. But that was my cell phone. But it doesn't work well on its own. It's just a build-up for the third movie. Because look at the plotline. Davy Jones is still out there. Cutler Beckett controls Davy Jones' heart. Jack Sparrow dies. The Kraken is still out there. And something a lot less important, Will and Elizabeth are having relationship problems. Oh no. All of these do not get resolved until the third movie. And this was like a year and a half between these movies. So that was kind of annoying. We didn't get to see what happened. It's like, oh, you want to see what happens now? Go fuck yourself. I mean, I'm not against ending on a cliffhanger. Ending on a cliffhanger is one thing, but when you leave several parts of the plotline unchecked, then it's not a cliffhanger. Then you're just giving us half a movie. So, I mean, the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, it works well on its own. Jack gets a black pearl back. Will and Elizabeth are supposed to get married. Everything's fine. They defeat Barbossa. Everything's just fine. The plotline works. But then the second movie comes, and it's just build up for the third movie. And if you want more examples of this, let's look at Star Wars. And I mean, I love Star Wars. Star Wars is great. I mean, fuck. I'm never going to say anything bad about Star Wars ever. But the fifth Star Wars movie, or the second, since people don't want to talk about the prequels, and I kind of agree because the prequels suck. Now, the Empire Strikes Back. The movie has the same issue. It's the second movie in a trilogy, and it's just build up for the third one. Because the first movie, it works well on its own. The rebels destroy the Death Star, they win. The only thing that's left unfinished is the fact that you don't see Darth Vader die, he just flies away. His spaceship just is flung away in space. But otherwise, the movie works, well, on its own. It doesn't have to have sequels. But the fifth movie, I mean, at the end of that, Han Solo is frozen in carbonite. I think we found out, I don't know if you already found out, that the Empire's building another Death Star. Probably not, but fuck it. I haven't watched that movie in a while, so I'm sorry. We found out there's an Emperor. He's only mentioned in the fourth one, but now we actually get to see him, kind of as a hologram. We get to see him, and we learn that he's the one controlling Darth Vader. We get to learn that Darth Vader is Luke's dad. And Darth Vader kicks Luke's ass and cuts his hand off. And again, there's so many things left unchecked and left unfinished. And they don't get resolved until the next movie, in Return of the Jedi. That's when things get resolved. But I mean, it's one thing if a TV show does this, because a TV show has to get in as much as possible in like less than an hour. Most TV shows are just like half an hour or an hour long, so I can understand two-parters in TV shows, but movies, you know, especially if it's a 3-hour long movie, then you should be able to resolve your issues. And the last example I have of this is The Matrix. Now, The Matrix suck balls. Completely. But I'm gonna try not to rant too much about Matrix. That's a mistake I made in my last recording of this. So I'm gonna try to fix that. But The Matrix, first Matrix movie, is the good Matrix movie. The one that I actually enjoyed to watch. And at the end of that, it kind of resolved, you know. They didn't resolve the issue of The Matrix, but he killed the agents, he killed Agent Smith, and he's realized he's won, he's gaining power he's getting powerful. And yeah, it works on its own. But then the second movie is so bad. I mean, well, the second movie is decent, and the third one is really bad. But the second movie is, I mean, I don't know. The ending is terrible. It's just like, oh, well, here's the bad guy, the end. I mean, they don't even explain that he is the bad guy. They never say once in the movie that he is the person that Agent Smith escaped from Matrix into. They could have shown that in some way so you know that that's the bad guy. But no, they didn't. They just went like, oh, well, fuck you. Here's the bad guy. Go fuck yourself. So the Matrix had the same issue. It left huge parts of the plotline unchecked until the third movie. Now, there are trilogies that don't have this problem. For example, The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight series, or what I'm calling it, because the movie The Dark Knight is a standalone movie, and it's the second movie in a trilogy, so it works on its own. And Lord of the Rings trilogy, and the Two Towers, it works. It works. I mean, sure, in the Lord of the Rings movie, the ring is always the issue. But in the first one, you know, I'm starting to lose my train of thought here. Like I said, it's really hard to record a video when you have a cold. Fuck me. In the first one, it's kind of an unresolved thing. But the only thing that's really unresolved is you still have the ring. And that's the common thing that goes through all movies. They still have the ring and they need to destroy it. And they get split up, so it's a bit of a cliffhanger, like, will they make it? And the second movie, when it comes to the Two Towers, they defeat Saruman. They crush his armies. So, you know, they resolve that. And in the third one, they just resolve everything. So sure, there is the common thing of the ring that goes through all of the movies. But none of the movies leaves huge parts unchecked for the next one. They don't cut off just before an attack or something like that. That's another thing. So yeah, not every second movie in a trilogy has this issue, but a lot of them have. I mean, I don't know, I heard people say that Catching Fire has the same issue, but I haven't seen that one, so I can't speak for it. They may be wrong, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna end this video here because I can't talk for much more. My throat is getting all kinds of messed up. So, have you seen The Hobbit? What do you think about it? Desolation of Smaug. You like it? Did you not like it? I don't know. What do you think? Have you also realized this issue that second movies and trilogies have? Just something. Just leave a comment about something. And rate this video with a thumb up or thumb down. And, well, I'm the Nerdy Guy, and you just watched a Nerdy Guy rant with a cold. Bye!